Hi guys, gals, non-binary pals, and all my friends out there. Hope your day's been, doing pretty well and stuff. No, mine has. It's been a lot of craziness, but hey, there's the sun. Hey, sun just kind of like came about, bringing it all up. Honestly, today's been pretty interesting. Woke up, went to tumbling and stuff, and I'm here and the sun just kind of peeked through the fog. It's really nice. Yeah. I have been doing a little writing. It's been doing great. In all pure honesty, I don't exactly know why I'm doing what I'm doing right now, or even really what I'm doing right now. I mean, in all honesty, it has been a bit of an interesting, go about this week, I guess you could call it. I mean, a lot of stuff happened. I started full time back in school, and there's been like tons of snow recently, so, but I guess maybe this is just to say hi. Honestly, I kind of feel like it's just, don't let yourself crack under pressure, and don't let yourself have that kind of regression loop thinking. Instead, keep going through every single cycle and just don't forget what it ever feels like, I feel like that's what it was for me this week. That's what it was for a lot of people this week. That's what it's really been, Believe in COVID or not, I just am saying, I feel like, just gonna use this as an example, when we get to the end of this, when we get 15, 5, even 2 years out, are we gonna remember to be more safe? Are we going to remember to be more sanitary? Are we gonna remember how we feel right now? Because that stuff is important. I think as years go by, lessons that we learn, sometimes they get away from us. Sometimes we forget about them. And I feel like it's not exactly cool. It's not the coolest thing to do, And why I say that is for a rather pretty simple reason. It's because, right now we're facing things that we've had done, things that have happened in the past, things from last year, things from this year, really so many unfinished things. We're thinking about things that we haven't exactly closed off by ourselves. And now we're kind of being asked to put the pieces together and to remember all of it. You know, our past selves, our present selves, our future selves, they're all asking us to just please don't forget. Rather than forgetting, please remember. And I know that this time may be depressing or sad for you, and I know that you might want to rather forget it, but these moments, these messages that you're getting, these lessons that you're learning, they're very important. And you know, we have to learn to look at the world with new eyes. Part of healing trauma, part of moving forward rather than moving on, is to be able to go and see things that used to be triggers to us and stand up to them, face them, not be disturbed or output by them. You know, to, even though, you know, you scared me a bit, you shook me for a second, to not let that one thing create chaos for your whole entire day. Because that thing can spew over from a day to days, from 2 to 3, from 3 to 4, from 4 to 5. Next thing you know, Saturday, Sunday, and it's taken over your whole entire week. It's taken over your whole entire month. You know, I feel like that's very important. Personally, this week I've been faced with going back into school 5 days in person. And playing Orpheus in the underworld, because I do play that bright bass. Rights also go to the creator of that song. And for other people, you know, those things are like, yay, you know, we get to see our friends 5 days again. That's cool. I get it, you know. And I'm happy to be back in 5-day school in person. I'm happy to be back with my friends at a distance, because now instead of air hugging over Teams, or it's also go to Microsoft Teams, I can air hug them 6 feet away. You know, at school. At a distance, but you know, it's so nice to see people face to face. I'll be in the same place with them. Even though we're got a little space between us, you know, we stayed connected when the world said no, be disconnected. And I feel like that's a big thing. You know, Orpheus in the Underworld is an amazing song. You know, it's got like the can like theme in it. You know, where the rock cats are like, ba da 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 da. You know, like, why wouldn't you love that? I absolutely love and adore the song. I do. And I like going to school 5 days a week. Those things were things that were like somewhat going into COVID-19. And those things all have, you know, somewhat emotional ties and triggers that I learned to cut. Because really, before everything that happened, I was having a tough time at school. I was going through things. I was, you know, second semester, I actually, when we got to it, I somewhat freaked out, because last year, in our second semester of school, in the beginning of it, I started, you know, getting these special teachers. They were nice, but, you know, I was having my own battles within friendships and dramas and anxieties. And, you know, we had many great teachers, but there's this one really nice, really funny, energetic, active teacher that I did truly actually like, who kind of drove me a little insane. It wasn't really his fault. It's just I'm an ambivert and he's an extrovert, and at that time I was disassociating like crazy. So he literally always freaked me out when he screamed in the morning, and screaming in the morning is pretty fun, but when you got anxiety and you don't feel like you're actually in your own body, it's a little hectic. So, you know, and you know, like, of course they asked me what was up, but I kind of went from being more ambiverted to straight up just being introverted at that time, because my somewhat extroverted nature kind of got killed off in that process of disassociation and just being like, okay, grades, and it created a lot of stuff that I did not need. So I didn't exactly have the words, because the words were basically choking me around the neck, if you know what I mean. This year, when we came to the second semester, instead of being like, oh my gosh, new special teachers, and getting anxious about that or overwhelmed and thinking, oh no, I don't want to feel like I'm not me anymore and feel like I have to kind of wait until I get home to watch an edit for a fandom and a ship that I like, so that I can feel parts of me again as a whole. Instead of feeling that, I was like, okay, nope, we're not doing that. We're taking a stand. We're taking some courage. We're regaining our pride back, and I'm going to go into this second semester open-minded, not obstinate to any new special teacher that we get, and we're not going to be like negative about it. We're not going to try manifesting things against us. We're going to keep pushing forward, and that was the same thing that I had to say when we started 4-week in person 5-day. I had to say that again. And you know, the same thing when I saw Orpheus in the underworld. I had to say that. But see, when I said those things, when I took the time to remember those things, I actually remembered, yeah, no, it's totally fine. The day can be hectic, the day can be crazy, but it doesn't mean you're going to lose yourself again. It doesn't mean that you should be so anxious about disassociating and not doing it again that you drive yourself to do it again. Instead, just go to school, have fun, do good in school, talk to your friends, and enjoy your life. That's really what I needed to hear, and that's really what I need to do. So, that's the same thing I'm here telling you, all of you, that whenever you see something come up from the past that is triggering, instead of being like, oh my gosh, instead of letting that stay here, remind yourself that it's okay, that it's not a bad omen, that it's something that you need to heal now, and it's something that we need to do to move forward rather than move on. Because when we move forward, we get progress, and we don't get regression. We get circle thinking, and we're not going back. After the cycle, we're starting new ones, to a bigger one. So, apply that everywhere. The arts, in speaking, school, writing, fanfic, everywhere.